So let's get started then. I'm going to run T2D and it's going to load up my default toy. So what you're looking at here is the Sandbox project, and the Sandbox project was something that myself and Melv, the other lead developer on T2D, created to show off the various features and instructions for T2D. So the first one that loads up is our truck demo, or apocalypse demo. And if I were to click on Show Tools, I can get a full listing of all my toys. So for example, if I open up the sphere stack toy, it just creates a bunch of balls that fall down and I can manipulate them. And I can pause my scene so that all physics are turned off. So if I unpause it and fling this ball up in the air, I just paused it. I can restart it, which will just go through the reset function, and then I can completely unload the toy and reload it by clicking the reload button. And if I ever need to see if there are errors or warnings, clicking the show log will give me my console text, and this will give me various feedback, systems starting up. I can send messages, and if there are any errors with my scripts, they'll show up here in a nice color and tell you what lines they're on. So I'll hide that. And these are custom tools. Each toy can have a custom tool that we put together, and this is dynamic and it's really simple to work with, and it can attach different values in these boxes or buttons to variables for the toy. And on the right here we have our debug rendering options. So the first one that's actually set down is the FPS metric only, so it'll show me my frames per second up here. And I can turn that off and then turn on full metrics, which give me all of my information, render, what's in my scene, what's my camera's location, how's my render batching doing. And then there are various other aspects, such as I can see all my joints, I can set everything to wireframe mode so I just see what the polygons are. I can turn on what objects are asleep, so if there's no physics motion, there'll be X's on them, and as soon as I move something, these items are no longer asleep. I can render the collision shapes so it's difficult to tell, but these balls have circular ones and you see this flat plane one. I can mark the positions, the very center of each object, and so on. So you'll find this be very useful as you're developing your own toys. If you work within the Sandbox, these are unique to the Sandbox project. If you're creating a T2D game completely from scratch, you would not have this. So I'll hide this again, and you see this is still going on. I can scroll in and out to see my full scene. You can use that mouse wheel or the trackpad on a MacBook, for example. And we have all these different toys to show off specific features. And the pyramid one is just a very simple physics toy where I can grab blocks and throw them around. The chain toy will show off rope physics. So we have joints connected and then an actual rope connecting them, so I can swing them with constraints. So as you go through here, there is a lot of them fairly self-explanatory. And we have more complex ones, the fun ones, which are like the truck toy and the death ball toy, where we take more complex features and we just put it all together. So this is collision and animation, and we actually have behaviors running on this as well. Alright, so now that you've looked at the Sandbox, we're actually going to work on creating our own toys now. So I'm going to kill T2D and then show you how to create a toy.